created for it.
Yeah, and I think the commentary did a good job during the match. Don Callis said something like, whoever faces Omega next is going to have to face a hardened version of him, like putting over what I guess Jericho brought out in him as like the grizzled veteran who challenged the Omega. And it was just from top to bottom issue with the way they booked anything of that feud or that match. So, I mean, kudos to New Japan and to, I know Don Callis was the one that came up. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. He came up with the idea, or Jericho came up with it and he put it all together.
The only thing that I read was that Jericho was kind of going through him to pitch the idea to Omega and Ghetto, I guess, initially, or maybe sent out like a feeler to be like, would they be interested in doing this? And I think that was the link. So I don't know if it was, I don't want to assume, but my thought is that it was Jericho's like idea to try this. And then he probably went through Don Callis to get to those guys and they were receptive to it. And then it ended up kind of going from there because Jericho wasn't under contract to WWE anymore. So he could kind of be free to do whatever he wants.
Well, whatever it was awesome. And I hope Don Callis stays with New Japan because I know now he's a head honcho over at Impact. So I wonder how that's going to impact his, how it's going to affect his New Japan stance. That being said, that's going to lead us to the main event. Kazuchika Okada versus Tetsuya Naito for the IWGP Heavyweight title. We were 0 for 2 on this match. Ghetto booking, the Ghetto special. Okada retains after 35, 40 minutes. It was a top to bottom. It was a fantastic match. Everything was in place for Naito to win, and they just couldn't do it, it's disappointing. Okada's at the title 530 some odd days now. I don't think he has anything more to prove. I think Tetsuya Naito would have benefited 10 times as much from a win than a loss would have hurt Okada. The spots were good. They told a great story. Naito kept working over Okada's neck, which was going to play into the finish of the Destino, but tried and true. Okada counters a Destino into, I think it was a high angle German, and then he held on and hit him with the two Rainmakers, and Okada gets a clean win at about 36 minutes.
Yeah, it was a little, I guess it was, I don't want to say surprise. It was a little surprising, I guess, right, that he retained. I think a lot of us, I know we thought this would be a spot where Naito would take it because he had come off the G1 victory and it was really building to this for a long time. And, so Okada's great. It's a little disappointing. I thought they would go that direction. I just don't know who it'll be that beats Okada. I mean, I guess they could do a rematch with these guys or, correct me if I'm wrong. The last 3 Wrestle Kingdoms, right, that Okada's beaten Naito, Omega, and Tanahashi. Is that right? He's in the last 3 Wrestle Kingdoms.
Omega, Naito, Tanahashi, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think those 4 guys I would say are their top stars as far as the heavyweight division is concerned, and now he's beaten the other 3 on the biggest shows of the year in consecutive years. So I don't know what their next move is for that. I mean, you could go back to an Omega match. Omega's got a different title now, so I don't know if you really want to mix those guys again. And then you could do a rematch with Naito, but then why not pull the trigger here? I guess. So I don't know what their direction is from here. I'm sure Ghetto has an idea of what he wants to do. I just don't know where they're going or what the next step is. So I don't know. Maybe that adds a little bit of intrigue or curiosity to see who his next challenger is going to be on the next major show when that comes up. But I do think that they should have pulled the trigger on Naito because it was the right time for him to take it back. But then the match itself was really good. What you would expect from these guys in a main event level position on the biggest show of the year for New Japan. So
yeah, and tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow, they have New Year's Dash, which is, you never really know. New Japan, the day after or a couple days after Wrestle Kingdom, they have a show called New Year's Dash, and you never really know what the card is. They said they don't book the card until, the end of Wrestle Kingdom, and you kind of just find out as it happens. It's had, like a lot of surprises and things like that. I think New Year's Dash 2 years ago, like Suzuki-gun returned. So I'm hoping tomorrow. I don't even know. It's very hard for me to read the New Japan website, by the way. So, Friday, January 5th at 18:30. So yeah, so then actually it's tomorrow morning. Yeah. So it'll be tomorrow morning. I'm hoping for something different. I don't want to see just a rematch with Naito being set up. I would like there to be maybe like Ibushi comes out and maybe Kota calls out Okada, or we set up something, and then we go into that later in the year. I don't know. I mean, the G1's what, 5 months away, 6 months away? So
I think it's
gonna have
July, August or something, right? So, or August.
Yeah, so you have half a year to set up, give something Okada to do in the meantime, or have Okada lose the title and have him win the G1. I don't know. You have a lot to do, but I wouldn't go with Omega and Okada right away, especially if they don't know Omega signed for. So New Year's Dash should be interesting. I guess we just don't know.
Yeah, well, we'll see. So I guess that's it though. I mean, overall, from everything that I saw, it was a good show, and there was some good matches, and glad that we had a snowstorm today, so we were both able to watch it in a timely fashion and not have to wait till the weekend for it. So that's good. Stay current, and that's about it, man.
And just so you know, I actually just read New Year's Dash will be free, even if you don't have NJPW World. It'll be free on their service. So you got to just go to the website. So thank you, New Japan, for pulling. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so now it's time. 1 to 10. What do you rate the show?
Well, from what I saw, it was probably like an 8, I would say. I mean, it's 8 out of 10. I mean, there was some really good stuff on there. Like the only thing that was really kind of disappointing was the Tanahashi match. And just from a booking perspective, the fact that Naito didn't win, but other than that, everything was pretty quality.
I'm going to go a little bit higher on you. I'm going to go 8.75. Only because I feel like if I put the show on right now and I started from the first match, no match in there was an insult to my intelligence, no match that I hate, and I could watch it through. I mean, maybe fast forward some, in between stuff because it was a 17-hour show, but I could watch it straight through, and there were 3 or 4 matches really delivered. So I think they did it wasn't as good as last year's, but last year's was tough to top. So I think they did a good job with what they could, and I'm interested to see what happens at New Year's Dash.
Yeah, man, should be interesting.
Well, as always, you can find us on, you can find me right now on Twitter. I took a little break from Twitter for the last 40 minutes to do the show, but I'm going to get right back on there, spitting some venom at these marks. Come get this work, huh? Come on, guys. Come get the 2-piece. You get bread and a biscuit. I'm on fire right now. I'm tweeting fire at All Night Long WP, Facebook.com/AllNightLongWP. And hopefully we have more news on those guests we were talking about in the previous episode in the coming weeks. So That's it for the Stallion. I'm the Enforcer. We're tapping out.
Your picture, I'd like $1 million of you over myself. I want a doctor to take a picture so I can look at you from inside as well. You got me turning up and turning down, turning right, I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so.